Hello and welcome to this episode of West Key Customs, where today I am taking on a Hot Wheels Ford Sierra Cosworth. It's quite a new cast in this, and it's in very good condition. What I'm planning to do on this one is to actually turn it from a track car back into a road car. Basically, do it as I would like if ever I owned one of these, what I would like it to look like. So here's a casting. It's quite a well detailed casting. It's very true to the original. Um, Looks good. It has all the right sort of details that you'd expect to see on it. So it's actually quite a good candidate to start with. You know, it's not play worn or anything like that. It's in very good condition. So the first thing we need to do, obviously, is the usual, and that is to drill it apart. So just take a drill and drill out the rivets. Have to be careful on these ones because this is one of the new Hot Wheels, the latest Hot Wheels. So the base on this one is plastic, so you need to be a bit careful because you can quite easily drill through the rivet head and actually start drilling through the plastic base as well. Must admit I'm guilty of doing that on a few occasions, so you need to make sure you take your time and you know when to stop before you start drilling through the plastic base. You can generally get the sort of base, the rivets drilled off to a point where you can actually prise it apart. As you can see on this one, needed to go back and just take a bit more of the rivet head off. So I'm just conscious I don't want to take too much off, and it won't actually, it actually starts to drill through the plastic base. But in this case, I was able to just remove just enough of the rivet head to be able to get the rivet apart. There you can see I've got the back post drilled out. The front one just needed a little bit more of the drill just to remove the final lip of the rivet head, and then the front then managed to sort of pull apart, and luckily enough didn't damage the base too much, so I was able to just use the normal standard screws to put it back together at the end. This one, for some reason, the way it's designed, it's got a centre post on it, which I'm not a great fan of because you can see them through the windows. Glass is in good condition, probably just needs a bit of a clean. Good thing with this one is the glass actually continues through the headlights. It gives you quite a good little detail there on the headlights. Interior, again, quite a nice detailed interior. It's got a bit of two different front seats because one's a racing seat and one's a normal. Would have preferred it both be normal, but there we go. Base, as you can see there, just managed to keep the rivets, the drilling of the rivets inside the base holes, so it hasn't extended the holes any bigger. Very basic base, just the axles are just clipped in through some axle sort of retainers. Not going to be using these wheels, so these wheels will be removed. Going to put a different set of wheels on. Body, as you can see, body's in good condition. Need to drill the posts out now, ready to take a screw for when we come to reassemble it. But next thing to do is to get the actual body in the stripper. So here we go. The body's in the stripper now. Just put it back together just so you can see the car, obviously minus the wheels, how it looks after it's been paint stripped. As I say, detail on this one is very good. There's a lot of detail on the actual casting itself, and a good thing is because it's a fairly new casting, you don't have the problems that you get with a lot of the older castings where there's a lot of flash lines that you have to sand off. There's chips and dents from where they've been play worn, but this one, don't think it's been badly worn. Well, I don't think it's been used much at all. Now these are the wheels that I'm going to use. Yes, I know they're not the correct wheels for the Sierra Cosworth. These are for the Escort Cosworth, but as you can see, I've got them from the wheel company there that you saw. But these are the wheels that I actually want to use on this because I do like these wheels. And if ever I was lucky enough to own one of these cars, these would probably be the wheels that I would want to fit on it, in my opinion, because I think they just look really good on these cars. So I've got to be using these wheels. So I've got these wheels from Creative 164. They came complete with the axles and tyres, and they're very good replicas of the original wheels. As you can see, they fit the casting quite well. So they will be the wheels that I'll be fitting. Just need to give them a coat of paint so they are back in the sort of original silver that these wheels would have come with on the Escort Cosworth. So next thing to do now, obviously take it back apart again. Going to need to drill out the posts. Got to give this interior coat of paint as well. Yeah, just remove the windows again, just so they don't get damaged. Put them somewhere safe. But so the windows are in good condition, just need a bit of a clean. So what I'll do now is I'll give this a bit of a rub down, just to make sure it's all kind of smooth, ready for paint, and eventually we'll draw the posts out. What I'm going to do on the base is the side skirts on this are obviously part of the base and they're not painted originally, so I'm actually going to body colour those how they should be, so I will paint the side skirts on the base as well. So just really all that this casting body needed was just to go over with a bit of a Scotch-Brite cloth, just to take the take the edge off the residue off of the paint stripper, just to get it all ready for paint. So that's all it really needs, so there's no flash marks to file off. Here we go, this is the casting. I've given it a coat of white prime, and I've also given it a coat of full diamond white, which is the colour that I think these Cosworths do look good. I must admit, I do like the moonstone blue or moonstone grey ones as well, and the black ones. They all look really good, but for this one I'm going to go with the diamond white. Here we go, it's all painted up. I've put some details on it, put some decals along the side for the side mouldings, painted the grills, the edge of the spoiler, the door locks, rear lights, put a bit of Nuln Oil on the vents just to give the vents a bit of definition. Painted the interior a sort of a grey colour to match the original sort of Recaro interior that would have come with these. And as you can see, here's the base. Painted the wheels. I actually put the wheels in a couple of axle posts, axle tubes, because I found that the clips on the original base weren't holding them incorrect. So I put some axle tubes and super glued those on so the wheels still turn. Painted the exhaust box as well. As you can see, I painted the side skirts there on the base too. Windows, as I said before, just needed a polish. These are in such good condition. I did put a bit of silver on the lights just to make them pop a bit more, and also put a bit of Nuln Oil on the lights just to give a bit of definition, which you can see I also did on the rear lights. Also painted that centre post black just to try and sort of disguise it so it's not so visible when you look through the interior, because otherwise if it was left white it would sort of clearly show through. So next thing is to put it back together. Obviously very simple one to go back together. Glass in first, interior in next, then put the base on, and then all that's left to do is to just secure it with a couple of screws. Now I've just gone with the normal sort of self-tapping screws that you can buy. Didn't bother sort of doing actually tapping the post out and using a machine screw, which a lot of people use. I seem to get on really well with just these self-tapping screws. They hold the base well. No real intentions to keep taking this apart or anything like that. It's built now. It will go on the shelf and be put on display. But just a bit of a tricky one getting the rear screw in. I think when I drilled it, it wasn't completely centre, which sometimes happens. But so yeah, just took a little bit of lining up just to get that rear screw into the hole, and once I got it in the hole, I managed to then get it done up and secured the back of the base to the car. So here we go. It's just there we go. Just caught it then, got it done up, and it's now all together. As you can see, it's all together. The wheels do roll and they're nice and free. Looks good with the side skirts and the oval detail. Yeah, I mean, if you look really closely, some of the lines are a little bit wavy, but you know, to put it on the shelf, I think it looks very good. I'm quite happy with it. And as I say, if ever I was lucky enough to own one of these, this would be the sort of how I'd want it to look like, with the Escort Cosworth wheels fitted in white, and yeah, just sort of brought back to a normal sort of road car rather than the track car that it was. Well, this is it, all done and dusted. Quite a simple one. It's just really a video just to show how, you know, how easy it is just to put some basic details onto the casting, just to make it look a lot more realistic. Hope you enjoyed this one. As I say, I'm quite happy with it. I did notice you can buy some decals for the rear lights, because I think there's some companies out there that do decals to actually change the livery on these when they're track cars. So you can actually get proper light decals, but I decided to paint them in. But yeah, overall happy with it. As I say, when you look closely, there's a few wavy lines, but when it's on the shelf, it's going to look good. So overall, very happy with it. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. We'll be getting another one out soon. Probably try and do something a bit different, maybe a bit of a hot rod, or maybe a bit of an older one, an older casting that needs to be sort of redone. But hope you enjoyed it. If you do like what you see, please give us a subscribe on the old on the old subscribe button, and also to see any more that I put on in future weeks. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.